Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome everybody. Talos Mob is here, and we will be covering the update for March the 14th of 2024 for both console and PC. Today I'm doing solo again. I hope that you do not mind it too much, but we'll be around pretty much together for a bit. So let's get started, shall we? I just realized that I was off a bit too far to the side. Either way, today we're going to be looking at a hefty update for both console and PC. For console, we're getting the mass production type new Gundam. And for PC, finally, the three guys, or as people at times call them, the three studios have arrived. I think that we got a lot to look forward to, so we're gonna cover them as quickly as possible without taking too long, without being too exhausting. So let's begin, shall we? So for first, we're gonna cover the update for PC. So let's jump there. So there's three half of rolls, so let's get this out of the way really quickly. One per Akai. Now that is an interesting one. So three half of rolls. That is more than quality. That is getting a total of 30 rolls for the price of 15. I mean, I can't condone it enough. Either way, each of them give you the first half of roll. Second one has an increased chance to get the specific unit of the roll. So the Akai Thunderbolt, for example, the first one, then the Akai Firepower Type B, and then the Akai Recon Type. All of them the Thunderbolt variants. And the step 3, if you haven't gotten the one that you want, you can guarantee it. I'd say just do the three half of rolls and call it a day. You get more out of it. These are the other two half of rolls. So plus overall the boosted supply drop specifically. The normal supply drop lineup for this week is the three Akais, so you have equal chances to get all three Akais at 300 cost, one being a raid, one being a support, and one being a general. The Akai is the raid, the Akai Recon type is the support, and the Akai Firepower type A. Sorry, not type P. I said type P. I don't know why I said type B. That's the wrong Akai. Either way, the type A is the general. Now, out of all of these three, the Akai Thunderbolt is an excellent high mobility melee type with also the Freeze Yard unique skill. Very slippery, no pun intended. Has two melee weapons, has good build up stun, has a good instant that can fire while boosting, dodge roll, force injectors, maneuver armor. It has a bit of everything plus stealth and such. The Akai Recon type has again an excellent setup, very similar to the Akai Thunderbolt, but the Akai Recon type actually Thunderbolt has a different setup in the aspect of that it trades the two melee weapons for the two different missile types that the Akai Thunderbolt has normally. Both of them are one is a stun and the other is a cluster bomb. Both of them can be sort of while boosting, I wasn't to say, and it has also the arm Vulcan that the Akai Thunderbolt has, but it has got a great build-up stun. It can capture things while crouched. Has resist move, which is pretty much a dodge roll for supports, just a discount dodge roll. Has balancers, has stealth, you get the gist. An Akai Firepower Type A has one of the highest DPS primaries in the game, has two instants in the head missiles, again, similarly to the Akai Thunderbolt, and it has a unique melee blade, I guess you could say, in the WCU weapon container unit. And also it has a tow missile, so yeah. Also, it has a unique skill of WCU optimizer. Wherever when you have the WCU equipped or any of the weapons there, your weapons in the WCU reload faster and you have quicker switch times. Also, it has mines on the back and again a dodge roll and stealth. Overall, three very complete 300 kits. One would say that they can even fit at 400 and it would be perfectly fine. But that's just my personal opinion. I've covered them plenty last time. It is a lot to talk about and a lot to go through, but I'm giving you a quick cover. All three of them generally play as much more aggressive versions of their normal type, which is the normal Akai, as all three of them have stealth but also can stay there at range or at melee range. Even the Akai Recon type can even ping enemies while also capturing points by crouching over them while using the ping system. It's an absurd amount of great skills that all three of them have. Collectively, they could make easily 700 and get away with it. It'd be three guys in a jacket. quite literally, or a code, so they say. 3 Akais in a code. Someone has to do that. I'll have Sertalat do that. If you don't know Sertalat, well, you have to go get to know Sertalat. He's got great videos on all the Gundam games. So please look forward to it. It's the Sertalat Archive. Probably my accent is making it difficult. Shout out to Sertalat. And shout out to Goose and Rogue, because nobody got exploded, but it's really fun to shout out those dudes. So, as you see here, that's the Freezy Yard skill which I specified. Pretty much damage taken is reduced. Damage build-up is reduced, and instants are reduced from the son of it, other than toppling and or tackles, so kind of like shock dampeners. Also, fire damage is negated, which is great, and it's increasing stealth level, as it says here. So, a very, very strong skill for that unit. The Akai Firepower has the WCU optimizer, which I mentioned. The weapons are the Zyko Machine Gun Thunderbolt, the Bayonet Thunderbolt, and the Tow Missile Thunderbolt. And the sensor arm sub-weapon for the Akai Recon type, which is this thing that I told you, where enemies in your radar are facing... in your radar range and facing direction is temporarily visualized. I don't know the facing direction what means. I mean, usually when you can see enemies, you can see where they're facing, so... And their capturing speed is reduced. Oh, I didn't know that. So you can make people actually capture slower. That is great for things like the mountain or the jungle, which is relatively close quarters. You can crouch the MS and capture the point without stepping out of the machine, which mentioned before. It will take longer to capture the beacon than infantry, but it can still be captured. That is a big deal. You're not exiting the safety of your mobiles. Series battle. Akai only. I mean, pretty straightforward. You can go any of the Akais as long as you have the Akais. There should be also free Akais level 1 through 3. And there should be, a new t-shirt for the PMU, which ironically has an Akai kind of falling over or rolling. You can't tell. But yeah, you get the 1 through 3 Akai to be able to run the series battle. So I hope you enjoy. The recycle counter got 3 excellent choices. The Galgo Statser level 2 is an excellent choice even at 500. Very powerful unit, very tanky. Can soak up damage, can deal damage. No joke. Zako 3 level 3, excellent all-rounder again. Has 1 in stun, 2 melee weapons, 1 beam rifle, builds up stun. It's the Arjar's beam rifle. If you haven't tried it, I'd suggest trying it. Even just for the beam rifle, but the Arjar is really strong. And the Zako 3 also has the beam mega particle gun on the face, which builds up stun really nicely. And the Dwarves costume is an excellent unit because you have a Dwarves with a heavy stagger as a general. So fun. For the DP exchange, the Zequines Type 2 and the Type 3 level 4 have been added. Both of them are excellent with overtuning range because both of them have incredible DPS. The Zequines Type 2 loadout has also incredible build-up stun. Zequines Type 3 has incredible damage, especially on that Gatling. So do not sleep on them at level 4. They are really tanky. They can get their job done. But the problem is do not leave them unattended. May it be as allies or may it be as enemies, because as an ally, you want to stick around them to keep up the damage while also you're doing damage. And the Type 2, pretty much same deal. You want to protect always your supports. As the enemy, you want to melt them as quickly as possible. There is no, there's no just joking around that. The situation battle is still pretty much Jaburo, so there have been changes in the Jaburo fight. And clan match rewards and schedule. Those we can look at it shortly. We can look at it right now. So the next matches are gonna be 500 on the 16th, which already passed. But another 500 on the 25th, huh? And another 500 on the 6th. They sure do love 500s. Not that I'm complaining, as 500 might be one of the best, or at least my favorite in the game. And that closes PC. So that took almost 10 minutes. For console, finally, the mass production type new Gundam joins. I'm actually really excited for this one. I really love the design of it. It's not so much that, oh god, it's another new Gundam. I need 3 more days to equip for actual combat. I mean, there was a version where it said combat or something like that. So, that was quite funny. But regardless, we're gonna cover the new Gundam right off the bat so that we can go into it right ahead. So it's a 600 general. So Yeah, it's an excellent unit. I'm gonna begin by saying that it's a 600 unit that can go on ground space. It's a 2-star, which is a really big surprise. It is the incomes variant. It's not the finalist variant. I should explain that right ahead. So let's have it talk to us really quickly before we proceed in the future with the future explanations. Already, as you can see, it has the beam rifle, it has the bazooka, it has the double beam cannons, and it has the income. So beam rifle works similarly to the news. Vulcans are unique. Backshing is similar to the silver bullet suppressor, but the neutral inside is the same as the new. Cannons are instant. Obviously, bazooka instant. Incomes build up stun incredibly quickly, and the beam gun also does as well. We're gonna look at these, fully in a moment because I'd rather us really quickly look at the unit stats to understand what's going on. So already, as you can tell, it's quite tankier than most units at its cost. It's got a very balanced resistances, a relatively balanced ranged and melee boost. Movement speed is on the higher side, 70 thruster gauge, 70 turning speed, so average to high end. Medium melee priority, unique counter, a relatively all-rounded slots, but leaning towards medium and close rather than long. The skills are pretty normal, as you can see, like Shock Absorber is level 3, Double Dodge Roll becomes level 3 in Psycho Frame, Flight Control Program level 2, excuse me, hiccups, a High Performance Balancer, Ambac, Force Injector level 2, Melee Combo Controller, High Performance Radar, Special Back Iron Buffer for the Income Backpack level 3, Psycho Frame Resonance, and Maneuver Armor. Now, Psycho Frame Resonance at 600. We're seeing Psycho Frame Resonance be a bit more generous, as we saw entity recently at 650 with the narrative C-Packs. Now, let's look at the mass production news weapon. So we have the beam rifle with 600 per shot, which is 4 shots. So 600, yeah, 2400 damage by average, 2800 when charged. 13% hit rate when you fire. Keep in mind that's 4 shots. That's 50% hit rate or 90% with a charge shot, which is an instant. It's from 300 goes to 400 range. It has 0.8 second cooldown, so you can fast fire it. A quick reload, incredible build-ups and a 20% times 4, so you need 5 hits and you can land 4 right off the bat. 3-second focus, an instant and plus 80% build-up stun on charge shot, and an incredible multiplier on the charge shot, and incredible part damage. Now, the Beam Saber it has incredible damage again, 2500, 75 range, but 125 because of the forward momentum of the backswing, 2.5 on cooldown, melee stun, obviously, that I don't know why I'm reading this, if it's a melee. And then the multiplier for the neutral side are normal, but the backswing is 160% because it's 80% per hit of the backswing, so you can get really good damage. The 60mm Vulcan cannon does 65 damage and has 60 ammo with 175 range and 15 reload. The reason why, though, is on the lower side is because it fires 2 rounds per shot, so you technically have 30 rounds. 6% per fire, so you require technically about 15 to 17 shots to build up stun, something without damage control, and that's generally it. Beam cannon is 1100 power with times 2 hits. 80% hit rate, 400 range, 4-second cooldown, 18-second reload, instant, and that's that. The new Hyper Bazooka for the mass production type is 2300 power, 5 ammo, 300 range, 300 range, 6 cooldown on the seconds, 18 seconds reload, and it's an instant with 40% build up stun. Now that's on the lower end for most bazookas, so that's interesting, but it's still a really good sub weapon to have. And the incomes hit 15 times for 350 damage. They overhit instantly and they have 250 range. You cannot really, shoot them or lock them on while boosting, thankfully. 250 range on the shorter end, 22-second reload, 0.7 second lock on with quick, and 15% times 12. So yeah, you don't really need that many hits. If you hit 10 hits, you can easily stun even an enhanced double zeta out of walking around. It also pierces, and finally we have the arm-mounted beam spray gun for 650 damage, 35% hit rate, 250 range, 15-second reload, 35% build-up stun, meaning that you just need to land 3 hits, and it flinches, so you can be extra obnoxious. The unit overall, I'd say, plays kind of like if you gave the MP double Zeta incomes and took away its heavy stagger and its well, the other major thing that you took away is the chest shotgun. Otherwise, they play quite similarly. You kind of want to stay at range, but you can go in for melee and still be relatively safe for the most part. So yeah, I'd say that's an excellent choice. So let's go back to looking at what they have to say about the MP new. I guess we can start calling it from now on, or MPT new if you prefer that. We have the Federation outfit for from the Return of Johnny Raiden. So if you like that kind of stuff, go off. Other than that, the level 2 Zeta cannon has been added, and it does have a boosted supply drop for it as well, on top of its level 1 variant and its weapons. And finally, there is a half of roll when it comes to new stuff for the mobile suits. And the boosted supply drop, as you notice, is a half of roll, 2-star increase chance, 3-star increase chance with 1 mobile suit guaranteed, and then a 3-star guaranteed or higher, plus all drops are mobile suits. There is nothing more that you can ask, really. Other than that, we have the new recycle counter items, which are the Geradoga level 3, the Jigen level 3, and the Jimkai ground type Corvette booster Thunderbolt level 1. An excellent unit. All 3 of them are actually excellent units. The Jigen is a great all-rounder. It can stay at range, it can get in melee, it has a great instant beam rifle, one of the better grenades out there. Really good build-up stun on its missiles, good Vulcans, overall an excellent mobile suit. The Geradoga is probably one of the better, if not one of the best 500 generals, being that it has the aggression of a raid, but it can easily stay both at the mid to close range because it has. So the beam machine gun is kind of meh, right? I'll say that much straightforward. It's meh. But if you switch it for the Geradoga beam machine gun, you can get exceptional build-up stun and the charge shot in stun rather than the horrible build-up stun that the Geradoga machine gun normally has, plus the instant on the grenade, so shorter range and slower projectile speed, whereas the Geradoga beam machine gun, the charge shot is obviously almost hit scan because that's what beam shots are like, almost, always. It also has the Storm Fast, it has Smoke for additional stealth, it has a Heavy Stagger Whip and 2 melee weapons. Overall, again, exceptional unit. And then Jim Cry ground type Corvette booster has probably one of the better ranged raid setup. And the fact that it also flies like a transformable is really useful. Overall, it's a very solid unit. Most Thunderbolt units are exceptional at what they do. And we've covered this a lot with Alter in the past, but there is no Thunderbolt unit that is bad. This one has incredible build-up stun, multiple instants on the missiles and the grenade launcher, the build-up stun on the bullpup and the Vulcans and the missiles, and an incredible backswing which has a very wide swing. For the DP exchange, we have the Fritz Knight level 4, which, I mean, it works. It just works, you know? And then we have the Situation Battle, which is the Battle of Torrington, which is an exceptionally fun match. If you especially want to try the BRLN custom and you want to try to get the BRLN custom and you never had the BRLN custom before, I'd say go for it. It's an interesting fight. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed it when I played it. I luckily have the BRLN custom though at all levels, so I got to play a unit that I enjoy. I might even record one and post it eventually. If not, oh well. You can see here the mobile suits. All of them appeared for the most part in. Well, they all appeared, not for the most part. They all appeared in the Battle of Torrington. It's an interesting setup, especially if you think that the Xeon side has 3 generals and 2 raids, and the Federation team has 1 raid, 1 support, and 3 generals. So yeah, that the gun detector is gonna be eating well, especially if you know how to play it. That it's got an exceptional instance. And other than that, the only thing that we have left is the clan matches. This week's was a 350, which was a wildcat. Next week is a 700. So 4-star coming up, maybe? Look forward to it. And finally, a 650 the week after. I'm really looking forward to see what that 700 is going to be. I bet it's going to be a new unit. Who knows? Maybe a full armor unicorn. Maybe a full armor. Not a full armor. Maybe XC. Nah, those. I was going to say maybe XC and a Penelope. Nah, those are going to be probably for anniversary. Hathaway is becoming too big of a thing, especially with a second movie coming up hopefully soon. Either way, all of those units that we spoke about just today are exceptional. There is nothing that I can say against them. If you want to run them. Please do yourself a favor. Those are all great units. And I think that covers everything. We're on record time, I'd say. I'll see you all tomorrow, or soon enough, so to say, as there are more videos that are going to be coming up shortly. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the battlefield. I'll see you all on the battlefield. Have a great day, have fun, and always stay tuned.